Stop buying houses broke. I'm sorry, somebody has to say it. Stop buying homes if you do not have any money. You'll get a lot of realtors out here and they're like, oh, my lender can get you in at a 580. Oh, you won't even need money. We can do the first time home buyers program. The seller will pay the closing costs. I can have you leave the closing table with the check. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. We can work that out, we can negotiate that. I don't suggest it. I'm letting you know right now, any realtor who says that, you are just a check to them. Stop buying homes broke.
What she said. It's going to be a good video today. I'm really trying to help. And so love what she said to start off the video. And it's key as we move forward, because when you don't budget and you buy a house with no money, you end up running into problems like this. By the way, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert, and I focus on simplifying the home loan process. If you want to buy a home the right way, single family, duplex, triplex, or fourplex, we love to have a conversation because it's free to talk. And so if you want that information, check the pinned comment or the description below. Now let's get into the video.
I want to take a moment to say who doesn't need to buy a house. If you don't have the time or the resources, i.e. the money, to do maintenance on your home, don't buy a house. Homeownership is not for you. I know you've heard that it creates generational wealth, and it does. But if you don't have the time to keep your house maintained, to do the upkeep, to do the things, all the things, because when you move in, there's still a lot of things, right? Just skip it. Don't do it. Just rent. Thank you.
Y'all better listen to Miss Brenda. I don't know if her name is Miss Brenda, but she just reminds me of a Miss Brenda. To some of y'all, that's auntie, right? But she's so nice. She not like me, but she's really trying to help you out also. And two things, not only money, but time. See, if you don't have the time, T-I-M-E, to take care of the things that you need to take care of with a home, then you really shouldn't buy, even if you have the money, because it's an investment, okay? And this is another thing that is not being properly explained to people about home ownership. It's a beautiful thing, as she says. It can create generational wealth. It can. But it's like anything in life, okay? I've lived long enough to where I have grown children now, okay? And everybody wants the finished product, but did you take the time, the T-I-M-E, to get what you see in the end result? It takes time. We all can't make moves at the same time. So listen to Auntie, Miss Brenda. Thank you for being so nice. She said thank you, but she's really trying to help you guys out. If you don't have the time nor the money, then home ownership is not for you. You might be saying, hey man, I thought you help people get into homes. That's what you do for a living. I do, right? But I also understand how to do business. Two things could be true at the same time. We can help those of you that are ready for home ownership, because see, when you get in the club, you realize we're all in this together. Okay. When you move into a community, into a neighborhood, you want your neighbor to understand what ownership means, because we're all in it together. Okay. You want him to or her to sell their house for the most that they can sell it for. You want them to upkeep the property. You want good neighbors. Okay. So it's more than just getting into a home. The last couple of years before I move forward, it's been a big popularity contest. And a lot of these folks that you see that are having a hard time with home ownership really bought for the wrong reasons. And so we're bringing another video. I'm bringing another video. I'm not like these folks talking about the sky's falling every 2 minutes and laughing at you. I want you really to win, but we got to get your attention. So we get your attention with some of these folks, but I'm going to put some medicine in there, because as Miss Brenda said, I just done renamed the lady. I don't know what her name is. If you're watching this, no disrespect. You just remind me of Miss Brenda around the way. But as she said, it's a beautiful thing when done right. So we just want you to do it right. Now, as we get ready to go into this next segment, you'll see why you got to have the money, you got to have the time. Because when you don't have those things, it seems like you're always behind the proverbial 8 ball, like things are always happening to you because you're not prepared. And it's hot. And if you didn't know, these ACs, they cost money. Check it out.
If you live in a rental or you live in an apartment, whatever, think about, you can call the landlord with leaks. Did you know an air conditioner system costs $18,000? $18,000. Our air conditioner went out. We live in Bakersfield. It's 100 and hail in Bakersfield. This air conditioner man came out yesterday. Air conditioner man, $18,000. And we have them home warranties canceled. That just save your money. But when you're thinking about or sad about that you don't have a home yet, think about that. Our house was brand new when we moved in. We had it built. We've been in here for 10 years. I understand you got to keep things up, but $18,000, sir? Mind you, the water heater went out last month. That was like $1,000, but still, what the f***? And now my refrigerator has the audacity to feel like it's not getting cold. Stay in your rental.
Yeah, man, she's dropping bars, and it could be expensive. I call them the big four, right? Foundation, roofs, plumbing, electrical. These are things, AC, these are things that can cost big money, capital expenditures, if you will. But before I get into a solution for that, here's the deal. If you are buying a home, this is why you have to have money. It's not for everybody. And if you can't afford it, it's better for you to rent until the time in life where you can handle these potential maintenance and repair items, because nothing lasts forever. So again, home ownership is great for those that can't afford it. As we move forward in time, and as America ages and where we fall in the position of this world is concerned, you're in a country now where it's starting to become a privilege to be able to own a home. And that's an unfortunate thing. I think a lot of you guys are out there starting to see that it's not a right. So you have to be very prepared to hold on to the asset, because it is an infusion of wealth for you and your family as long as this thing keeps going, right? But yeah, $18,000. This also, I want to take a little diversion. Wouldn't hurt if you had an AC guy in your family, right? All you folks hating on people that don't go to school, let me talk to you young folks. Nothing wrong with getting a trade. Where I live is hot, and if the AC goes out, we call it. They call it. You're going to make your money. So don't think that if you don't go to college and get in all this debt or debt in general for education, you're less than. That's not the case. Because as you can see, them AC folks they getting to the money. But yeah, man, whenever you buy a home, again, if you've watched me for any length of time, I like taking the portion of the VA guidelines that state that you should put 14 cents per square foot of the home that you're in. And if you can't budget that into owning a home, I think you really need to pump your brakes, especially today. If you're a single person, unless you're making really, really, really good money, you're mature enough to understand that a home, be it new or pre-existing, is going to require things, because things don't last as long as they used to. There's planned obsolescence in everything. And so unless you are making a good amount of money, and you know your numbers, you need to pump your brakes or find a way to house hack or some other way to help defray some of those costs. But 14 cents minimum, you might want to bump it up to 20 cents now due to tariffs and costs being passed on to all of us, right? But if you can put that into your budget, it goes a long way. She said it herself. Brand new. They bought the home brand new. They were in there for 10 years. Well, if they were putting that money to the side every month, on time, every time, I guarantee you, when the AC or the roof, when those things come up, you have, if not all, a major chunk of the money, and it helps absorb those things. But more importantly, you as a potential homeowner have to realize those things belong to you. And as she said very eloquently, if you don't want to do those things, you don't have to. You don't have to borrow money, but you got to pay it back. So it's incumbent upon you to know what you owe. You don't have to buy a home, but if you do, it's incumbent upon you to know the full matter, as the scriptures say, so that you know how to move forward and you don't feel hoodwinked and bamboozled, right? So understand. And last thing I'll say with this, it always seems like when it rains, it pours, right? What did she say? She told the refrigerator, and you got the audacity to act like you don't want to get cold. That's what it seems like when we're playing reactively. Home ownership is about proactiveness. And with all of that said, my wife, before I moved forward, came to me and said, let me show you something. In the guest bedroom, with these double pane windows and all that kind of stuff, it was kind of foggy. That's probably $300. Little, artistic window. It's what it is. That's why you have to put the money to the side. So if you're not ready, don't do it. Because if you do, you could cause yourself a lot of heartache. Now, as we go to this next scenario, I want to let you guys know I wanted a bigger place. I wanted more space, some land, trees. Trees cost money, man. Trees need fades. You got to brush their teeth. Be leery about the trees. If you don't believe me, check this out.
We have our first homeowner headache today. I know on my page I share a lot about the exciting things of buying and owning our first home. And today I want to share one of the downsides, and I'm still processing it. So we had gotten a letter in the mail maybe a month ago from our insurance, homeowners insurance, and they said that they had done an inspection and they noticed a tree limb over our detached garage that needs to be removed. They said it needs to be done before a certain date by a licensed contractor or whatever. So we were like, okay, we'll get some quotes. We just got our first quote back. Take your guesses. I was hoping, a few hundred, that was $500, $2,000 to remove a tree limb. That's not even on our tree. It's on our neighbor's tree. Needless to say, I panicked, called a lot more tree services, and I'm trying to get more quotes. But $2,000 to remove a tree limb, that's not even bothering anything. I know that it is a hazard. If it were to fall in the garage, that would be a big deal. So I understand where they're coming from, but still. Anyway, I just had to share that because homeownership is not all sunshines and rainbows.
So there you have it, guys. Again, I'm not here to discourage anybody from home ownership because I believe it's the best thing that you can do, especially if you didn't come from generations of wealth prior. But the key is you have to be ready. As with all things in life, the devil truly is in the detail. So if this video scared you, not trying to scare you, we're trying to paint a realistic picture. And that's what everybody in these videos that are complaining after the fact is saying, hey, I wish somebody told me. So that's the goal, trying to point out things for you to know for us without a doubt at the time that you get ready to move forward, that you've covered as many bases as possible and you know what you're getting into. You can afford it. We believe in home ownership. This is Home Ownership Month here in the United States. If you still want to learn more, or if you're still doing research on if home ownership is for you, that's a good thing. Don't be rushed. There's no one that should put you in a fear of missing out, FOMO as they say, because you don't want to FOMO, only to FAFO. I learned that from some of these kids. So you don't want to mess around and find out the wrong way. Take your time, but when you're ready, don't take too long. Pull the trigger because nothing is 100% that you could cover all the bases. You just have to know that the fundamentals are there. If we could be of assistance, reach out. If not, if you like content like this, take a few seconds, like the video, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell so that you'll know when we drop information or content like this. So you guys be blessed, and we'll talk to you on the next one.